Hey there, beings, people, other digital things. You're watching Healthy Mind, the station for all things self-investment stuff. I'm Danny, your self-investment storyteller, and today we are going to experience a video on Instagram.com with an author sharing her thoughts on men and women and their place in the world. Out of today's journal question, I would love for you to think. This channel is going to be about us thinking and thinking a little bit more deeper than the surface level. So if you're not ready, just leave now. You know, if you're like, I didn't come here to do homework, I just got off of work, then leave. But if you're somebody who just wants to practice positive thinking or just practice shifting your perspective or practicing imagining the good and then creating the good, then you should like, subscribe, and stick around so that we can have more fun. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play today's video. While you are listening to the video, this is the first question that I have for you. What is the message that this creator, this author of the thought, is advertising to the listeners? I'm going to play and then we're going to come back and we're going to dig a little bit more deeper after that question. So this is actually on a page on Instagram.com. I'm not really sure of the author herself, what her name is. If you know, you can put in the comments, but it's coming from a page called Ultimate AI Businesses. And I'm going to go ahead and play it now.
Men don't need women. Women need men. Men could survive without women. If all the women disappeared tomorrow, men would be fine outside of reproduction. Women need men. If tomorrow they made artificial wombs, what would they need a woman for? Who's a better companion, men or women? So men built the world. All the hard jobs are done by men. If men disappeared tomorrow, society would collapse. Men built the world that we complain about. Men can be alone. Women can't. Women are social beings. We need attention, and men don't. You don't see women going out to the woods and just roughing it. That's a man thing. Who's camping and fishing? It's not us.
All right, so that is the author. That is her message. If you need to pause this video and you're excited about journaling, because who is not, go ahead and pause this video and answer that first question. Again, what is the messaging that this author is advertising to the viewers? And just take away your own thoughts and your own feelings and emotion around that and just answer, what do you think her primary goal was when she shared that messaging? Now, after you decide what you think her primary goal was sharing that messaging, I want you to think of these three buckets: our thought, their thought, or remix. If you've been here with me before, you understand what it is. But for the first time viewers, our thought is you agree with the message. The author of the message, everything that she shared, you have those same belief systems and there's nothing that you would take away from the message. That's our thought, you share it. Their thought means, excuse me, but I'm taking it right back to the author. I don't agree with not one word that she said, not one, okay? That means you disagree, basically. And then remix is, there was some truth there, but I would want to change some things around. If you are in that bucket, then categorize your journal as one of the three. Once you decide whether it's our thought, their thought, or remix, I want you to go a little bit deeper into why. Why do you agree? Why do you disagree? And if you were remix the message, what would you actually remix about the messaging? The reason why we're going to go through those three buckets is we want to be able to understand why we respond and act to the comments or the interactions that we have with people when it comes to exchange of thoughts. The more we understand about ourselves, the more we can present a better discussion, a better understanding of the other person's point of view, and we might even react differently and in a way that can serve us better if we just take time to think and pause. So these are activities that we're going to do outside of our everyday lives. These are going to be scenarios sometimes outside of our everyday lives that we are just going to make a personal thing in our journal assignments, whether it's something like just having a thought all of a sudden on a comment and then just sharing whatever you want to share. That's the goal of these. So once we go through that section, go ahead and pause if you need to. You identify our thought, their thought, or remix, and then you describe why. This is what I would love for us to do next. We are going to be able to rate whether or not this message that the author shared is for mankind, it supports mankind, or if it divides mankind. So divide mankind is going to be on 1 and supports mankind is going to be on 10. The next scale is going to be the very same thing. Your thought and the way that you think and why you do it. Do you think that it supports mankind or does it divide mankind? I think I did it in the other direction. Okay, it's the other direction. Now we're comparing both, right? We're comparing whether the messaging that we have, we think that it supports, and the messaging that she has, we think that it supports. Now, we don't want to be biased. We understand that we're taking these thoughts and we might even say like, whatever I say is for the world good, right? Maybe not. Being able to defend that is going to be all on you and your everyday walk in life. The next thing I want to share with you guys is ChatGPT. I went to ChatGPT earlier when I was recording this video, and then I had to re-record it again because I was messing up. But I went to ChatGPT earlier and I had a question about what the author mentioned. So my question was, can the world survive without women? And this is the output that ChatGPT shared. So I just want to add this to the conversation to round the perspective. But I was interested in just the output. I'm not sure. It was a really strong argument here from ChatGPT. So in the comments, I'm interested in, do you think that the world could survive without women? And if yes or no, go ahead and give me some facts beyond what ChatGPT shared. So ChatGPT says reproduction and continuation of human race, societal and emotional well-being, economic contributions, diversity perspectives, progress, and development. Now, we could go a little bit deeper and see if ChatGPT had any other findings. So something that I would do here is if I went to ChatGPT and I had a question, I didn't really get enough, I would re-enter a question and then try to get more out of it. Or I might just say, is there any more? So today I'm going to go, any other reasons to share? And let's see if there certainly says ChatGPT, health and well-being, education and empowerment, peace building and conflict resolution, family and community dynamics. All right. And this is something I probably would play around a little bit more. If I was looking to strengthen an argument, I would think about ChatGPT if it could help me, and then just refining my questions to change it in a way that works for me. And this is what we need to do with positive thinking, right? We have to live our lives when we change it in a way that works not only for us, but for the community around us, because we can serve ourselves and we can serve others by just making better decisions with our choices and our behaviors. In my opinion, and my observation, we're not spending a lot of time just pausing and thinking about how whatever we say to one another or whatever we do can have an impact, a ripple effect on mankind. And maybe it just takes a little brown girl on YouTube to start the train of thinking, okay? I'm no guru. I'm just passionate, friends, and I'm passionate about being creative with thinking a little bit better than, not, okay? That is today's journal assignment. I hope that you were able to just think about something in a different way. I will say that for me, when I heard this, I did not think that this was something that brought men and women together. It felt like it was a comparison to kind of put men as the main character in the world's picture. And some of the comments that were shared here, and I'll just share a few before I close out today's session, also seem to be in that same ballpark. So I'm just going to pick some at random just so we can get an idea of what the audience of this video actually shared on the Instagram.com. This one says, we both need each other. Men are straight to the point and women connect them just in case things have been left out. This one says, this woman does not speak for me. This next one says, don't know why people are still posting this nonsense. Remove her videos. They're not valid, nor does she speak for the majority, just trying to score brownie points for her gender war campaign. It's sick. This one says, who is this woman? This is some super wet thought. Next one says, men need women to keep humans from becoming extinct. LOL. And yes, I'm going out camping and fishing as a woman. Also, if women needed to, they would work those hard jobs just like they take the roles of fathers that aren't present. So men need women more than they need men, but women still need men to reproduce. That's about it. LOL. So that's some comments. I just wanted to share that with you all. Think about it. Think about how you respond, and just think about how, even if your response is totally against it or totally for it, how you can dig a little little bit deeper and why. What is it that triggers you about the thought? Go to that more often than you go to the fact that someone is sharing a message. Why? Because 2 takeaways on this journey of thinking positive. 1, we have to learn how to not take it personal. There's a book called The 4 Agreements. It's now my 4 favorite books, not because I have a new 2nd favorite book, but the book goes into 4 principles, and one of them is to not take it personal. And it's one of those things that have really, really helped empower this mission of like, hey, just do a little better with your thought, right? And I like it. I like it because once you start to not take it personal, you navigate life just a little bit more freer. And the other thing about this journey of positive thinking is we have to learn how to listen to the facts, because people are sharing their opinions. They're expressing their opinions based off of their world's view and their experience. And sometimes some things are just said just because there's no facts behind it. There is not a research study on what happens when women are out of the world. We don't really know what that's like. But since we don't know what it's like, we have a choice. Do we want to paint that picture, or do we want to paint a picture of men and women actually working together as a team, trying to make the world a better place? When we're thinking about our thoughts, we have this scale, whether this supports mankind or divides mankind, and we look at that rating scale. How can we push it to supporting mankind, even in our everyday walk? But that's all that I have for you guys today. Until next time, hold on to you as much as you can. Hold on to your health, your being, and your mind. Be sure to leave some comments in the comment box below. If you have a journal assignment or a journal question that is inspired by this video, go ahead and leave those as well. Bye.
This experience is brought to you by peaceequations.com. Choose life, choose joy, choose peace over chaos.